They told me I would be in debt for 7 years. I figured out how to beat the system and I did it in 6 months. Listen, more than 90% of people attack debt the wrong way. They focus on the balance and not the interest. Here's the secret. The order you pay debts in matters more than the amount you actually pay. I know that sounds crazy, but stick with me. The method that I'm going to cover today is known as the interest flip. It targets your highest interest debts first, not your smallest balances. And of course the question is why? Because a $1,000 credit card at 25% interest costs you way more than a $5,000 loan at 6%. And the people who I have actually taught some of my clients on how to use the interest flip have saved thousands. I've seen clients go from paying $600 in interest a month down to $180 just by reordering their payments. But whatever you do, don't go yet, because the real magic happens when you combine this with step number 2. Now, I just gave you step number 1, but there are going to be 5 very important steps to this that you do not want to miss. So let's go ahead and jump into step number 2, the flow shift. And I'm also going to give you a little bonus at the end. So again, stick around. Now, the flow shift is very important because most people pay bills once a month, which is a huge mistake. And that's what banks want you to do because they collect on daily interest. Now, the flow shift means you're switching to bi-weekly payments even if your due dates don't require it. Because here's what happens. Every 2 weeks, you're cutting your interest accumulation in half. Over a year, that's 26 half payments instead of 12 full payments, meaning you sneak in an extra full payment every year without even realizing it. Let's do a quick example. A $250,000 mortgage paid bi-weekly instead of monthly saves you $30,000 in interest and shaves 5 years off the loan. I know it sounds crazy, and again, this tactic can be applied to anything that you have some type of short-term or long-term loan. So imagine applying this same logic to your car loan, student debt, and credit cards. Do you see where I'm going here? Now, moving on to step number 3, which is the velocity banking move. This is a move that I haven't tapped into my community yet, but it's time now because this is where it gets wild. If you've never heard of velocity banking, this is the rich person version of debt payoff. You use a credit line like a HELOC or a 0% interest credit card as a temporary cash flow weapon to chunk down large debts, then cycle payments through it strategically. Instead of letting cash sit in your checking account and doing nothing, you're letting it attack interest, heavy debt first. So here's the visual. Imagine you owe $20,000 on a loan at 10%. You move $5,000 from your HELOC at 6% to pay it down. Then your income flows in, you pay off the HELOC aggressively, using every dollar to reduce that balance fast. With each cycle, that reduces your total debt footprint faster and saves interest every round. And that's exactly why I call it debt with momentum. Now the next step, step number 4, is my favorite, the snowball merge. So now, here's where you bring in the psychological weapon, momentum stacking. You merge the avalanche method, the highest interest first, with the snowball method, which is the smallest balance first. I know it sounds like it contradicts itself, but it doesn't, because you start with the highest interest, small balance debt first. That way, you feel wins quickly and save interest simultaneously. A good example, you pay off that $1,200 credit card at 23% APR first. It's small enough to feel doable, but big enough to free up hundreds in interest. Then roll that freed up payment into your next target. It's like compound interest, but in reverse. Every win accelerates the next one because by the time you reach your last debt, you're paying it off with thousands per month. Now, moving on to step number 5, the auto boost system. Here's where 90% of people fall off. Consistency. Listen, I'm gonna say this so everyone gets it through their head. You can't rely on motivation because it fades. So you need to set it and forget it. When all of my clients did this, they were shocked. They're like, oh my God, it's so easy. Yes, of course it is, because you're not going to be consistent. The human mind is a weird thing where it's like, I'll just put it off a little later. That's what got you into debt. This is why we want to automate our payments for every step we just talked about. We want to split them up bi-weekly, route income through your HELOC or debt line, and track your balances weekly. Yes, weekly. The more you see it, the more you're going to be obsessed with it and committed to it, and that's where the consistency comes in, and then we automate it. One of my favorite clients, Carlos out there that I coached, shout out to you, I know you're out there watching, he automated everything and paid off $19,000 in under 6 months. No budget apps, no fancy spreadsheets, just automation and discipline. That's all it takes. If you're sitting there thinking, Mike, I'll do this later, don't. Interest rates right now are at the highest they've been in decades. Every day you delay costs you more money. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using DisputeBeast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that comes with a 110% money back guarantee. But specifically to Luis. Luis's credit score went up 261 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. And Jency's credit score went up 225 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. But let's not forget James. James's credit score went up 207 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. DisputeBeast's link is going to be in the video description and pinned at the top of the comments for anyone that needs to fix their credit. If you wait 6 months, you could lose $2,000 to $3,000 in pure interest. If you wait a year, it's like throwing away a month's paycheck. This system works because it uses the rules of banking against the banks themselves. You become your own lender, you move money like they do, you stop bleeding interest like 90% of Americans still are. Now, there are common mistakes that you need to avoid. So let's hit 3 deadly mistakes I see every single day. Number 1, using a HELOC or a credit line without a plan. You must know your repayment flow. Number 2, paying minimums on revolving credit while doing this. That literally cancels all of your progress. And number 3, not tracking your payoff velocity. If you don't measure it, you'll quit early. I see it all the time. If you avoid these, you'll stay on track and start seeing debt vanish faster than you thought even possible. Now you know the exact system that turned $19,000 of debt into 0 in months. But here's the twist. There's an advanced version of this that supercharges your credit score at the same time. And that's what I'm breaking down next week. How to use the same method to boost your FICO score by over 100 points in 45 days. So make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss out. Last part's the most important. Now, if you're serious about wiping your debt fast, don't just sit on this. Go to the link in the video description or pinned at the top of the comments for DisputeBeast. It's the only credit tool that syncs all 12 credit reporting agencies, helps you delete negative items, and automates credit disputes while you focus on paying off debt. This is a 2-pronged attack that everyone needs to apply. You've got one shot to get ahead before interest rates rise again. Make sure to comment the word velocity so I know you're taking this serious, and I'll drop a bonus resource for everyone that comments that word, because your financial freedom starts now. Now, if you want to learn how to upgrade any Capital One credit card with no hard inquiry, make sure to watch this video right here, because it's going to teach you how to do the entire process for 100% free. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.